Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. Hello, my name is Tammy and I'm so happy to have all of you Virgo sun signs with me today for your September Zodiac reading, in which we're going to do a life check-in. That means we're going to pull some cards from this tarot deck to go over your career, finances, love, health, and spirituality. We're going to draw one card from this oracle deck to look at maybe a negative influence in your life. And then this deck, we're going to draw a crystal card. Normally, I draw a crystal that I'm pulled to, but I was really drawn to these cards, so that's what we're going to do. Before we get started, though, really quickly, I would please ask if you have not subscribed to the channel, if you would consider doing so. I would greatly appreciate it. The YouTube formula is real and it is based off of number of subscribers. There's two magic numbers. I only knew of the 1,000, but apparently there's 500, and we've just finally broke 400 about 2 weeks ago, and slow and steady. But anyway, I'm trying to do it authentically. I guess there's people that bought subscribers or something. It's like, okay, first of all, why would you waste your time doing these free videos for bots? And secondly, that's not legit. So you're putting out bad energy, and trust me, I don't want bad energy coming back at me times 3. So anyway, if you would consider subscribing, I would appreciate it. You can turn off notifications. That will not offend me because I do that for the people I subscribe to. Also, if you get any value out of the video, give it a thumbs up. That's a different formula. And that one, depending on the number of likes your video has, places it on people's content that they might enjoy. And I also, really quickly, this is for everybody on YouTube, please don't give people's videos thumbs down. That really messes up their algorithm. And just because you don't like somebody, or you don't like their content, or you don't like what they said, don't ruin it for the people that do, okay? Be better than that. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we're going to start shuffling our cards, Virgo. And like I said, I'm going to draw 5 cards from this deck, in which we're going to talk about a few of your attributes for your life check-in. Now, please remember that I connect to Virgo energy in general. So this is a general reading for anybody with the sun sign of Virgo. So if it doesn't resonate with you, don't freak out. This reading is good from September, and I'll be doing the next one in January, okay? So with that being said, if it doesn't resonate, come back at a later date and maybe it will. If it still doesn't, you can always get a personal reading, okay? Personal readings, I connect to your energy and it is personal for you. You can ask a couple questions, tell me what you want to focus on, whether it's love or what have you. And if you're interested in that, you can go to yournaturalhealer.com, go to services, and I have all types of packages, and my prices are really, really fair. I really don't price gouge. And then you can always shoot me an email, Tammy@yournaturalhealer.com, and all this will be in the description below. You can always send me an email saying, hey, Tammy, I'd like to get a reading, and we can set it up that way. Because my website does require you to do appointments, which is so ridiculous. And then I have to explain to somebody, if they sign up for a reading that, say it's Tuesday and they sign up for a reading at 1:00 Wednesday afternoon, you're not going to get your reading that quickly. It normally, it's going to take me a couple days because, I have to, there's other readings on my schedule, and, there's a whole thing. There's a whole process. There's probably about, I would say 30 to 40 minutes of prep work involved before each reading, okay? I'm going to move these cards out of the way because I need a little room. Oh, and if this reading does resonate with you, Virgo, I want you to take your right hand, place it on your heart, and claim it for yourself. Take a deep breath in when you place your hand on your heart and go, yes, I claim this for myself and my highest good, all right? Because it should only ever be for your highest good. Alrighty, we got these nice situated. I keep hitting this camera. I have this beautiful tripod that has like this handle that I can, I can move it up and down. And the handle's about as long as a pen. So anytime I move forward, it knocks the camera around and it jabs me in the chest. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about, Virgo, is let's look at your career, what kind of space you're moving into, and see what what kind of advice the universe wants to give you. And the Six of Cups, well, this is a fantastic card, okay, for career. First of all, let's talk about the energy overall for the Six of Cups. It does deal with the throat chakra, which if you're not familiar with the throat chakra, it houses our communication. It's our center of being our authentic self, speaking our authentic truth. It is also, cups are associated with water energy, the element of water. This card in particular draws in energy from the sun as well as the zodiac sign of Scorpio. All right. But this is a really good card career-wise. It's about, you're going to be getting into maybe some group projects or things like that at work. Now, if you're like me, I hate group projects. Well, I did in college because I always felt like there was somebody that never did any work and then I was stuck doing double the work and they get the credit. But I do see you moving into positive group projects, okay? Working maybe with the teams, could be some kind of mentorship even. You could be mentoring somebody or somebody could be mentoring you. But I definitely see it is a good group dynamic, and it doesn't necessarily mean a big group project. It could just be, when I'm an accountant and I used to work for a metal manufacturer, and they decided to pull me into their production meetings. And while 99% of the stuff really didn't pertain to me, as the controller, it was really nice to understand what was going on and things like that. So it could be something to that effect too, where you're being brought into a group dynamic like that. But whatever it is definitely positive. There's not going to be all the backstabbing and clicks and all of those things. Really a great time for your career. Being in this group dynamic, you're really going to be able to shine, where people are really going to see your talents and everything that you have to offer. So very, very, very good positive space that you are moving into, Virgo, for your career, beginning in the September timeframe. This might not happen again till maybe October, November, but within the course of the next 4 months. Now, let's look at money next and see how the universe, or what the universe, wants to say to you. And you got the King of Cups, okay? And first of all, King of Cups card, again, because it is cups, it is associated with the element of water, so it draws off of water energy. But it's also associated with our third eye, which our third eye is intuition, but it's also looking inside of ourselves, okay? And it doesn't really have any planetary energy association, but it is associated with the energies of Aquarius and Pisces. And the King of Cups is saying that with your finances and your money, you really need to find some balance, okay? I don't know what's going on here, whether you're paying so much attention to your finances that you're pinching every single penny to the point that it's affecting other aspects of your life. You could be sitting there going, well, I have a sore throat, but I'm not going to go buy any throat lozenges because I want to save that $4. And then the next thing you know, it turns into strep throat or whatever. So don't be too focused if that is you. On the other side, if you're neglecting your finances, whatever, I'll worry about it when the bill comes in the mail. You can't do that, because every aspect of our life, whether it's love or health or career, needs balance. And it's the same with your finances, because if the scales tilt one way or the other, while you might, be overly active with your finances, you're taking away from some other thing in your life. And the same if you're not paying enough attention, maybe you've got too much going on in another aspect of your life. So I really feel that you need to get some balance as far as your finances. I don't think you're like in any kind of financial trouble or anything like that yet. It could lead to that. You might want to seek the counsel or take a course on budgeting or personal finances or something like that. But just really pay attention, understand your wants versus your needs. And, I think if you find that balance, that, it's going to be less of a headache than it is, So, that's it for money. That's not like horrible, but, I know everybody wants me to tell them, oh, but you're going to get $1 million next week. Sorry, that's not how tarot works. All right, the third card we're going to look at is love, which that's usually the most one everybody wants to know about. And you got the Nine of Swords. Okay, not a great card to get for a love, topic. This does deal with the sacral chakra, which makes sense. Our sacral chakra houses our sexuality, raw emotions, as well as creativity. Swords deal with the element of air. This card draws on Mars energy. And if we think about Mars is, god of war, so fighting. And then Gemini energy, and, Gemini, the twins. So there's that duality. So if you are currently in a relationship, I think you're about to maybe move in, well, not maybe, you're going to move into a space where things aren't necessarily happy. Now, remember, life is a duality. We got to take the good with the bad. We can't always have sunshine and roses in our life. I've been with my husband 32 years that we've been together, and we have our ups and downs just like anybody else. So if you find that you're moving yourself, if you find that your relationship is starting to become a little unhappy or strained and things like that, first thing I would do is definitely work with some rose quartz. Rose quartz is the stone of love. Rose quartz will help you with your relationship, and it will help you with loving yourself. And additionally, when we're not happy in a relationship, we need to express it to our partner. They're not mind readers. So you need to express, hey, I'm not happy about this, or this is bothering me, and have a good discussion and do it correctly. And you could be to the point where maybe, this has been slowly surfacing. And with this card being drawn, maybe it's into the space where it's saying now you need to be proactive about it. And there's nothing wrong with going to couples therapy or marriage counseling or something to that effect. So your relationship needs a little bit of TLC, and, people are like, oh, you probably shouldn't say that. First of all, with my readings, I'm going to call the cards as they come out. And, life is not all sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. And, the tarot is supposed to work to help you. So if you get a card like this, like me personally, if I got a card like this, then yeah, I'm going to pay more attention to my words with my significant other. I'm going to pay, try to be more empathetic to my husband, communicate more. And just because you draw this card doesn't mean it's going to turn into full-blown fights and lies and deception and stuff. It's not saying it won't, but it's not saying it is. What the universe is trying to tell you is to be proactive, and, communicate and be empathetic and really work on the relationship and be open to understanding and things of that nature. And I think if you work through this, then, like I said, life, whether it's relationship, money, or career, whatever it is, has its up and downs, its peaks and valleys. No relationship is perfect. You got to take the good with the bad, but when the bad comes, it's how you react. Okay. So, if your partner makes you mad, maybe shut up for a second, take a step back, cool off, and then say your piece. Too many times we do that. We don't respond, we react. And that's what this card is. That's a good saying right there. The universe is telling you to really be careful of reacting. You want to respond. Reacting is just instantaneous. We don't think about it. Responding means we take our time, we've put thought into that, and then we've determined what we feel is the best course of action for our highest good and the highest good of all in the situation. All right. So, my Virgo friends, just be really careful, with your relationships, and do your best to, really try to nurture them the best way you can. And as I said, if you need counseling, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you're single, I see some gossiping behind your back. Maybe whether it's the person you're in the relationship with, or if it's friends gossiping about your relationship. So just be real careful of what information you share. And kind of try to keep an open eye and listen to your gut, if you get the inkling that somebody's not being forthright with you, or they're being, say it, two-faced with you, kind of look out for that. Like I said, the gossip, I'm in a personal reading, I'd be able to draw more cards because I'm not really sure if it's coming from that person or friends of you or friends of that person. But there's some gossip, and it's about you going on behind your back. So and it's in terms of your relationship. So just, if you're single, just be really diligent of that. And I know words don't matter. I mean, to an extent, people's opinions don't matter. But if they're starting nasty rumors about you and things like that, then that's, that needs to stop. So just be really careful, single Virgos, okay? All right, let's talk about your health. Now, in terms of your health, I do want to say one thing. Please remember that spirituality in any context or form, whether it's tarot, essential oils, crystals, REIKI, whatever, sound healing, anything of that nature. It's not supposed to be a replacement for medical treatment. It's supposed to work in conjunction with it. If you're sick, ill, or have any symptoms, please go see your primary care physician. If it's an emergency, call 911. Okay. All right, let's talk about health. All right, and you got the Chariot. This is throat chakra. So this is your second throat chakra card. This is also water energy, which that was the same. This was both throat and water. This is the moon, and this is also Cancer, Zodiac energy. All right. And with the Chariot, what it's saying in the health context, this is actually not a bad card. It's saying that, if you have some health issues, you might have been kind of blowing them off or kind of taking it with a grain of salt, or maybe kind of, excuse the term, half-assing it. But I see that is going to change for you, that you're going to have the energy and the enthusiasm to really, truly want to make these positive changes. So I kind of see that maybe you're going to start really paying attention to your diet, limiting things like sugar and salt and adding more fiber, eating less processed foods, starting to exercise, being really diligent about it and not going overboard. A lot of times when we start, and trust me, I know you start a diet and you go gung-ho, and then 3 weeks later you can't keep up with it. I don't see it with this. I see it, you're finally incorporating the changes that you need to make for your highest good. Getting the right amount of sleep, limiting how much alcohol you drink, and all of that. Just really, really, really good stuff. So I wish I could draw some of that from you. But anyway, Virgo, just really good stuff. And again, make sure you don't start any diet or exercise programs without speaking to your physician first, okay? I'm going to get a quick sip of water, so I'm going to pause for just a second. All right, I freak out when I pause because I don't know how long I can pause for before it stops. So I have my water. I haven't drank it yet. Because I'm 20 minutes into this and I don't want to start all over, and my videos are authentic, meaning I don't edit them. I don't go back in and delete things. Excuse me a second. What you get is what you get. There's actually readers out there that they'll sit there and they'll go through all the cards and they'll pull the mixture of cards they want to make the reading sound so beautiful. And it's like, man, I really want that for everybody. But if that's not the cards you draw, like, for example, with this one, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to lie to you. First of all, I'm not getting paid for this. You're spending your time. I'm spending my time. So why fake it? I don't know. Some people just get me. And it's like, you know what? If people don't like my channel or like me because I'm honest, which I've had one bad comment about somebody that didn't like a reading once where, I was telling them, be careful the energy they were moving into. I seen some chaos and possibly some fighting and actual physical violent fighting, like getting smacked in the face or things like that. And they didn't like that I used the word violent. It's like, okay, I obviously triggered something. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, we're going to talk about spirituality next. So again, if I ever say anything, it's not to trigger you, and I'm not going to sit there and try to sugarcoat things, and I'm not here to re-edit everything because, everybody finds offense nowadays in every word. So it's like, you know what? If you don't like my channel, there's plenty of other readers out there. It's not going to offend me. And you know what? You do what's good for you, and I do what's good for me. And there you go. All right. So as far as spirituality goes, guys, you got the Two of Wands, my Virgo friends. And well, Wands, first of all, always deals with the element of air. And this is pulling in the third chakra, Mars and Aries energies. And what this is saying is that you're at a point where you're really open to exploring some different options in spirituality. Now, remember, spirituality and religion are not necessarily the same things. I get so many times I hear people say, well, I can't get Reiki because that's against my religion, or I'm already a certain religion. Dude, Reiki is an energy healing. It is not religious. It is not satanic. And it drives me crazy. But anyway, you're going to explore some options. If you're interested in something, there's nothing bad about reading about it, and learning, no, I don't like this, or you might think of something you like, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so there was a tarot deck. That was what it was. There was a tarot deck that was written, that was created by someone who a lot of people, when they hear the name, are looked down upon. And I felt kind of weird getting the deck. And so I started doing a little more research on the person. And while the person's own spiritual beliefs I don't agree with, that doesn't mean the tarot cards are bad. Remember, wonderful thing about spirituality, which makes it so fantastic, is our intention. Our intention is so powerful. And I don't care if you're using, and it's called the Thoth Tarot deck, and it was written by Aleister Crowley, and he was an occultist. I don't follow him. I don't believe his religion was Thelema. I'm not into any of that stuff. That's not my forte. But I really liked the Thoth Tarot deck. So I struggled with it a little bit, and I was like, well, you know what? I can use a deck. You could go buy a Disney tarot deck, because they got tarot decks on everything. You could use a Disney tarot deck and use it for evil and nefarious things. And so, when I explored the deck, I really, really liked the imagery. It was kind of cool, and I really liked the deck. It was different, so I went with it, and I don't regret getting it. And it doesn't mean that I follow, like when I first got into tarot, people thought, oh, you're a Satanist, you do tarot. That's not, no. So anyway, what I'm getting at, Virgo, is that it's okay to explore things and to read things and to learn about things. There's nothing wrong with that. You may find things that you currently do that you go, oh, well, I'm not doing that anymore. Or you may find things that you thought were terrible that, oh, that's what it really is. Like, for example, the pentagram. Everybody sees the pentagram and thinks, oh my God, Satanist. Well, the pentagram is actually big. I know it is big in, well, I mean, obviously the satanic religion, but it's also big in like Wicca. And why I like it, first of all, I've always liked as a kid, my two favorite shapes were hearts and stars. I like it because it's a star. But what's really cool about it is that each point represents an element. One is air, one is earth, one is fire, one is water, and then the fifth one is the element of spirit, the ether, the universe. And I think that's so beautiful. And so I love the pentagram symbol, because to me, it's like you can draw on all the energies and reflect on all the energies, and it's what people make of it. It's what your intent is. So anyway, my point being is, don't be afraid to explore things, okay? Sorry, I got way off on a tangent there, Virgo. All right, so we're going to draw next your card. We'll talk about some negative energy that may be coming into your space over the course of the next 4 months, and what, how you can kind of look out for it, or maybe try to mitigate it. And whatnot. So we'll take that top card. And the card you got is the Kraken. And it says mystery. And this is really playing into this card, the spirituality card, honestly. What this card, and one of the other Zodiac signs pulled this card too, and I don't remember who it was. But what this card is about is, it's great wanting to know about everything and exploring things. But remember that we don't always have to have the answer to everything to believe in something. That's why it's called mystery. That's why it's called faith. And I mean, even think about like when we were kids and when we believed in Santa Claus. You never really seen the real Santa, and you believed with everything that you are. And think about how you felt on Christmas Eve, and how you felt coming down the stairs in the morning to go see the Christmas tree. And you had utter, pure faith in Santa Claus. And so many times, people, I'll get people with crystals. Oh, and I mean, crystals, their energy can be proven. But people will be like, oh, that's just fake. And I'm like, well, can you prove it's fake? No, they can't. So my point is, in your quest of knowledge, and it doesn't necessarily mean just spirituality, it can be in anything in your life, Virgo. You don't need to know the why or the how of everything. Leave some mystery. Have some faith. Okay? Have some trust. And sometimes mystery is what makes things so cool. And once you know, it's like with the Santa Claus, once you find out the thing, you know, that whatever it is, Santa Claus or whatever, it's just like, okay, whatever then, you know? So it's like with Bigfoot. I believe in Bigfoot. Do I need proof? No. Have I ever seen a Bigfoot? No. But I believe in UFOs, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, faith. It's okay to have faith in things and not know everything and not dot every I and cross every T and have every experiment and books and dissertations and all kinds of peer-reviewed material on things. Have some faith, okay? Faith can be very, very powerful. All right, Virgo, let's get you guys a crystal card and see what energy can work with. So while this really isn't a negative energy, I guess it can be negative in the terms if you're sitting there wanting everything explained. And if you can't explain everything, well, then it means nothing. So that's kind of how it is. So just be careful of that in your upcoming next few months. All right. So as far as crystals, let's take that card. Excuse me. You got pink tourmaline, forgiveness. Oh, I actually, hold on. I have this is my personal collection. I have a big piece of, this is called pink tourmaline matrix. I actually sell pieces like this in my crystal store. They're probably, if you took that half away, they're probably about this size. Okay. I sell these in my store, pink tourmaline. And pink tourmaline is a beautiful heart chakra crystal. It is wonderful for people dealing with loss or grief or heartache, and definitely forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't always mean forgiving other people. This may be about forgiving yourself. So whatever it is that, maybe you're going to be doing some shadow work this upcoming next few months, or whatever it is, you might want to work with some pink tourmaline. Again, pink tourmaline, it promotes love, it promotes healing, forgiveness, empathy for yourself and others. With drawing this card, I would also suggest if you use this crystal, I don't know what's going on in your life. If there's nothing like major loss or heartache or grief or anything like that, then you might only want to maybe use it once a week. I have a video under, if you go to playlists, go to guided meditations. It's called Pink Energy Guided Meditation. It's for grief, heartache, and I don't know, something, I don't remember the exact title. You don't need to be going through those things to do the video. It is powerful stuff. That particular meditation came to me through my guardian angel. Her name is Amber. And I was just deciding one night, I was urged, I felt the urge or the need to work on my heart chakra. So I actually used my pink tourmaline here. And so I was just meditating. I had some meditation music on for the heart chakra. And I just cleared my mind and I programmed, my set my intention with my crystal, and this meditation came to me in my head. And as it came to me, I was doing it. So when I was done the meditation, I had to hurry up and write it all down because I was like, I have to share this. So it's a really great meditation to do. So anyway, that's all I have for you for your zodiac reading, for your life check-in. So again, I hope this resonated with you. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I hope I see you in one of my weekly videos. Again, all that information below, to my link to my website, my Facebook page, Instagram that I don't do a whole lot with. All that information will be below. So I hope to see you in the future. I hope you consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate your time. So again, Virgo, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.